Welcome back to the third episode of the Ram Report. I'm your host, Jack Murray.
And I'm Toby Johnson.
And you're watching the Ram Report.
So, the moon landings were faked.
No, they weren't. But we did find out who the OSS is. According to reliable sources like Wikipedia and Toby Johnson's journal, Mrs. Richards is in charge. Mrs. Richards, if you don't want us to expose the rest of the OSS, let us in. Here's Toby with World News.
This week, we're taking a closer look at Afghanistan. You hear about Afghanistan on the news all the time, but what actually is it? Well, it's a country. Back to you, Jack.
Afghanistan. Not to be confused with Thailand, where a man has been sentenced to 25 years in jail for insulting the king on Facebook. This does not bode well for the next year's Comedy Central roast on the King of Thailand. I went around campus on Monday to ask some questions. Here they are. Hunter, how are you doing today?
I'm actually legally blind, so I can't hear you.
We're here with Austin. He just got a hit. Yo, Austin, how you doing?
Great.
How are you doing today?
I'm doing well, thank you.
Was Hill your safety school?
Yeah, my day probably could have been better if I was at Lawrenceville, so.
Jay, how you doing today? We're here with Ethan Hempel. He's the only kid on the crew team left. Ethan, why haven't you quit yet? We're here with Henry Gartner. Do you have a girlfriend?
Yeah, multiple.
Liza Moore.
Yeah.
How does it feel to be the most well-known girls on campus?
Feels good. Feels great.
Tess, are you gluten-free?
I am not gluten-free.
That's a problem. We're here with Alex Kivinyanemi. Alex, what's your least favorite country?
Sweden.
In breaking news, Avicii died.
We had Richard on the show and we discussed honor.
We're here with the interview. We got Richard.
What's up?
Not much.
So Richard, what are you going to do next year as the Honor Council president?
I'm gonna make changes.
Keep in mind, take it seriously.
All right. I'm going to make Hill honorable again.
All right, so as many as 50 million people were killed under Stalin's rule in the Soviet Union. Thoughts?
He was a really great leader.
As you can tell.
Why do you believe the Hill School should follow communist ideas?
Because it is the best idea ever.
Can you explain your reasoning behind that?
We have Stalin. What more is there to explain? I mean,
But I mean, the problem with that is you're ignoring the greats like Vladimir Lenin and you know, of course, Putin.
And Barack
we all know and
Obama.
love today. And Barack Obama. Let us not forget him. Do you have anything to say about them and their superiority to us?
we are really good puppets. They are really good puppet masters.
That's interesting. Why didn't you run for the SGA president?
I didn't really find the position as attractive, so to speak.
Doesn't look as good on your college resume.
Exactly.
All right, Richard, you once said that to fix the economy, we have to kill the poor. Why?
Stalin is the best leader. I mean, we got to follow the greats, you know.
Ain't that the truth?
Did Stalin kill the poor?
Hey, who's talking about killing? I mean, for all I know, he just sent them to.
Alright. Can you show us your real voice?
你好.
Come on, show us your real voice.
Remove the accent.
Let it out.
Come on.
你好. 你好. 你好.
All right, that's good enough for us. We have you quoted as saying, y'all out here acting afraid. Me, I stay paid. Can you explain your reasoning?
I get all the money from the poor.
Richard, do you have a prom date?
I don't.
Do you want a prom date?
I don't.
You don't want a prom date.
I don't.
A bold man, the bold mission.
Dude, like seriously, I'm just there for the food. I mean,
Ooh.
Oh,
I heard they're gonna have pineapple,
nice.
pineapple?
and everyone knows that's
You know
my
who
favorite
likes
food.
pineapple.
It's my favorite food. Yeah, you guys, first interview, pineapple.
That's for the long time
Yeah.
viewers.
Absolutely.
All right. So at the beginning of the 1990s, which country had the most camels?
I would say Russia.
No, Saudi Arabia.
No to both of you. It's actually Somalia.
What?
Wait, no, that can't be.
All right, and that's the interview. Thank you for coming on the show, Garrett. A great interview with a great man. Thanks for coming on the show, Dr. Wang.
Turning to sports. You know what's funnier than 26? 27. The varsity boys lacrosse team lost to the #1 team in the country, Culver Academy, 27-1, with a goal from Carter Page. The varsity girls lacrosse team lost to Lawrenceville with a score of, we don't know, but they lost.
In pop culture, the royal wedding is tomorrow. The Ram Report will be giving an in-depth coverage of the event, and Adam will be doing a YouTube live stream commentating the entire event as it happens, starting at 7 a.m. on Saturday.
Yo, Toby. No one cares about the royal wedding. What we should be talking about is the unbelievably high price of pink yoga balls on Amazon. I mean, $60? That's ridiculous.
I don't do yoga.
Well, I can't afford it anymore, so if anyone would like to donate a yoga ball to the Ram Report, I would greatly appreciate it.
Speaking of yoga, here's Adam with this week's segment of What Them Clouds Doing.
Welcome back to What Dem Clouds Doing, where we find out firsthand what them clouds doing. Make sure to hang on to your Hill School umbrellas because the clouds will be excreting an excessive amount of liquid this week. Tomorrow, watch for a rain with a high of 62. The rain turns into scattered thunderstorms on Sunday, with the high going up to 80. Temperature very slowly cools through the week, with sun playing hide and seek through Wednesday. Thanks, guys. Back to you.
Are you done?
Yeah.
Thanks everyone for tuning in to this week's episode of the Ram Report. If you have an announcement that you feel would fit the show, please email ramreport1851@gmail.com.
We'll see you all next week, and remember,
Stay classy, Pottstown.